All right. As you guys can see on the screen, the official 53-man roster has officially been released, and today we're going to be taking a look at it. There were a couple surprise cuts in my opinion, like Chandler Wooten, I'm going to say straight off the bat. I believe Manny Jones is another one, Trace McSorley, and then the couple ones we talked about earlier, Devon Kennard and Josh Jackson as well. But for the majority, I like what they did here, and we're just going to get straight into it. So as it comes for quarterbacks, we have Kyler Murray obviously as QB1 and Colt McCoy to back up. Colt McCoy has proved that he's a great backup for us, and with Kyler Murray starting at quarterback, I mean, it's great to just have insurance. But we got our franchise quarterback as we paid him like $200 and something million, so obviously we're set in this position. And if you're one of those people who think Kyler is not worth the contract we paid him, just watch what he does this season. He seems insanely dialed in this year, and the Kyler criticism, I'm not having any of that. That's my quarterback.
It's my quarterback.
Then we go over to offensive line. We have Lekatus Smith. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but I know who he is. Rodney Hudson. Sean Harlow is kind of a shocker to still see on this roster. Justin Pugh, Kelvin Beachum, Cody Ford, DJ Humphries, Will Hernandez, and Josh Jones. For the first time in forever, we have offensive line depth. Josh Jones is solid. Will Hernandez is solid. DJ Humphries is really good. Cody Ford solid. Kelvin Beachum solid. Justin Pugh criminally underrated. Sean Harlow. Rodney Hudson, one of the best centers in the league still. And Lekatus Smith, very solid as well. Offensive line could be a strong suit this year. I'm not going to get my hopes too high, but if we stay healthy, I think we're a pretty talented group there. Then we move over to running back, and this is where I'm kind of shocked. We have 5 of them rostered. I've been saying it for the past couple videos, but I don't know out of these guys who you would have even cut. Jonathan Ward did really well. Keontae Ingram did well in preseason. Eno Benjamin flashed. Darrell Williams, I mean, we didn't sign him to do nothing. And James Conner was the obvious running back one. I really like the guys we have. James Conner is at every down back. Darrell Williams can come in here and give you some valuable carries. And then for running back 3, you can alternate Eno, Jonathan, and Keontae. I like the talent we have there, and that goes for the tight end position as well. Rookie Trey McBride, Zach Ertz, obviously the starter, and then Max Williams to back up. Max Williams was looking pretty solid as a pass catcher and a blocker before he got hurt last year. So I really like that we brought him back, and Trey McBride can learn from both of these guys, which I love. That's going to help his development, and that'll go a long way. And Zach Ertz' second year in the system, I'm expecting a big year from him. Him and Kyler were clicking towards the end of last season, so I can only imagine what year 2 is going to hold. I cannot wait. And now we move over to the receivers and the defense. As you guys see, Hollywood Brown, Rondale Moore, Antoine Wesley, Andy Isabella, AJ Green, and Greg Dortch. After the preseason Isabella and Dortch had, you had to roster both of them, and without DeAndre Hopkins here because he's suspended for 6 games, it allows us to do that pretty comfortably. Obviously, Hollywood's going to be the receiver 1, AJ Green receiver 2, and Moore's going to fill that slot. And Wesley's going to be the next man up, and then between these guys, I really don't know who's going to get the upper hand. I hope both of them get utilized, but I love the receiver position. I think that's our strongest position on the entire team. And now we move over to the defense, and we'll start at the very top at outside linebacker. As we mentioned, Devon Kennard was a pretty shocking cut, but when you see the youth we have, we gotta get him reps. Myjai Sanders looked solid in preseason. Cameron Thomas and Victor Dimukeje were balling out. They both had games with 2 sacks in the preseason. Marcus Golden's one of the most criminally underrated outside linebackers in the league, and then Dennis Gardick's solid. Dennis Gardick's not really great, and I could see him getting replaced by one of these 3 young guys, but we're just gonna have to wait and find out. This is one of the weakest positions on the team as we lost Chandler Jones in the offseason, but you never know. I'm not really expecting a rookie to break out, but anything's possible. Then we move over to inside linebacker where we have Isaiah Simmons listed here. That's kind of shocking because he was practicing with safeties for the entire preseason basically. But it doesn't really matter. He's versatile and he's our star linebacker. So actually I retract that statement. It makes sense. His role is the star linebacker. I don't even know what I'm thinking.
You're so dumb. You are really dumb. For real.
We also have Zaven Collins, Zeke Turner, Tanner Vallejo, Ben Niemann, and Nick Vigil. Probably butchered his name, but it is what it is. We need Zaven Collins to take that step, and I'm imagining we're going to see a lot of Nick Vigil, unfortunately. But we're just going to have to wait and find out. And I heard Isaiah Simmons is actually going to be calling the defense, which Zaven Collins was supposed to do. So take that how you want, but it's not looking really good for Zaven. Or it just means that Isaiah's balling out. Who knows? Then we move over to the defensive line where we have Rashard Lawrence, Michael Dogbe, Jonathan Ledbetter, who I thought Manny Jones should have been in this position, but that's just me personally, Zach Allen, Lekai Fotu, and JJ Watt. I think they basically nailed this in terms of who they should have kept, but Like I said, Manny Jones should probably be here. That's just my opinion personally, but at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. Oh, and one more thing I forgot to mention was Chandler Wooten. I think he should have made this over Ben Neiman, but you know, again, just a personal opinion. I'm not the GM. I don't make those calls, but that's just what I was thinking. I thought he did enough in the preseason, and if he doesn't get claimed, I'm really praying we bring him back to the practice squad. And the same thing goes with Trace McSorley as well. But let's move on to cornerback, where we have Byron Murphy, Marco Wilson, Trayvon Mullen, who we just traded for, and if I have time after this, I'm gonna get a video about discussing that. We also have Antonio Hamilton and Christian Matthew. I still think this is a pretty weak group, and we need to sign a veteran corner, but I don't know who we'd bring in. Maybe someone like Joe Hayden. I think that's a really solid option, and especially someone we could play on the outside immediately. But I think that's what Trayvon Mullen's here for, so if we don't sign a corner, I won't necessarily be shocked, but I think we should. Then we move over to safety, where this is basically perfect. Budda Baker, Deontay Thompson, Charles Washington, and Jalen Thompson. There's not much to discuss here. Is Budda Baker and Jalen two of the best safeties in the league? Deontay Thompson, really solid backup, and Charles Washington is also solid as well. Then we move over to special teams, the final position group, where we have Matt Prater and Andy Lee. We also cut Aaron Brewer, which is kind of weird. So at this point in time, we do not have a long snapper. We just have Matt Prater and Andy Lee for special teamers. Pretty weird, but overall, I'm liking our 53-man roster. I need you guys to let me know down in the comment section below how you guys are feeling about it. There were a couple snubs in my opinion, like we mentioned earlier. Chandler Wooten, Manny Jones, Trace McSorley was a possibility, so let me know who you think was snubbed, because I'm sure not all of us agree. So drop your comment down below and let me know what you guys are thinking. And also, if you guys are new to the channel and ended up enjoying today's video, consider hitting that subscribe button. I post NFL and Arizona Cardinals related content, so if you're a fan of either of those, this is the perfect channel for you. And also, I want to say thank you guys so much for 4,000 subscribers. I hit it about an hour ago, and I cannot thank you guys enough. Like, this is insane. Like, I've been doing YouTube for barely over a year, and you guys have shown so much support. Like, it's actually insane to me. So I just wanted to say thank you to you guys, and shout out to everyone who subscribed. Let's keep this thing going. But like I said, that's all I got for today's video. I hope you guys did enjoy. It's been your boy Mythic. Peace out.
And love is love, and hate is hate. To die is an awesome adventure, and I can hardly wait. Earth is a prison, I need a great escape. You know I'm in my zone when I'm up in outer space. You know I'm in my zone when I'm up in outer space. You know I'm in my zone when I'm up in outer space. You know I'm in my zone. You know I'm in my zone. I took a bite of the glory, I tell you how it tastes. Damn, Juke, why your girlfriend so bad? Maybe cause I never settle like a nomad. Maybe cause I get him open as he toe straps. Cell boy Jesse called, said he want his flow back. Oh yeah, you know I got the futurist